Wednesday, my friends. I didn't let you know that I was going to be live this morning because I wasn't sure yesterday because I have a new grandbaby on the way and I didn't know how timing was going to be. Hi, Susie. Good morning, Michael. Hi, Kim. Good morning, everybody. Yay. Yeah, I never know if you guys will remember that I'm going to be live. I guess sometimes people just come on because they get notified, but I don't know if anyone gets notified of anything anymore, right? But I am ready to paint. I was just saying that I wasn't sure if I was going to go live today because I have a new grandbaby on the way right now, but I think it's going to be a while, so I still have time to get some work done because then I want to help out for a few days. So let me turn this around, make no further ado, and I'm going to paint this Bluebird this morning. I had an art show in Rittenhouse this past weekend, and hi, Janice. Hi, Barbara. I sold so many birds, and I have another show coming up in 3 weeks, or is it? It's probably 2 weeks, or 2.5 weeks now in Virginia Beach. It's the second weekend in October, and I need bird paintings, like a lot of them, so... What a wonderful problem to have. There's nothing better than having a great show and leaving the show thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to go home and paint and paint and paint. And it's my very favorite problem to have. I'm sorry, and I didn't sleep very well last night. So, a little tired. Yeah, the bird's so cute. I think it's a bluebird. Looks like a bluebird. Although at the art show this past weekend, someone told me, a bird watcher guy said, it could be a bee eater, a bee catcher, something like that, that looks just like a bluebird to me, color-wise and everything. Maybe the shape's different, but you know, when I close in on them, you can't really tell. Anyway, I'm just rambling. So I need to mix up blues, golds, color for the background, and I am working on my calendar. Now I have actually more than usual to choose from. So I'll have to have maybe you guys help me pick which ones get to be in the calendar this year. All right, get this situated here. I did get a new light, but I don't know if it's much brighter in here. Can you see that okay? Let me, you know what, I might have to lower this a little bit. Of course, then I won't be able to reach my palette. Morning, Jackie. Okay, I think you can see that okay, as long as I don't bump. Good morning, Sherry. Hi, Wendy. All right, so let's mix up. The blue in the Bluebird I always think is very predominantly French ultramarine blue. I'll make it a little darker with, whoop, that might have been too much. Let me get my paper towel here to keep my palette knife clean before I go back into this. I want to make a really dark blue for like almost black. I don't want it to be black though. I'm just going to put a little red in there just to give it a little depth of color. Yeah, that's nice. That's very deep, very rich looking. And I'll just add what I had into this blue, get a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, it's been lots going on here with my little grandson on the way. It's very exciting. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's gorgeous color. I wonder if I need more of that. Let's do a little bit more of that. Jackie says, morning. I didn't have my glasses, so I couldn't see where to say hello. I wouldn't be able to see anything without my glasses. Not even one little thing. I'm going to take this and go a little bit lighter with that color and then take the ultramarine blue. Just to have like, it's nice to have a few different blues, even though you could paint, I could just mix one string of blues in different values and it would be completely fine. I feel like doing it this way today. So I have different kinds of blues to use. Oh, thank you. Remind me when... Oh, Jackie, she's due October 1st, but they induced her last night. So it's happening. She was having high blood pressure, so they wanted to... 2 weeks out, Jen. That's so crazy. We're having our first grandbabies right at the same time. Tina says, good morning. Sorry I missed you this weekend. It was migraine for me. Oh, no, Tina. Yes, I missed seeing you. Migraine. Ugh. I hope you're all better now. What do I think of that? What do I think of that? I love them. I think I'm happy with that. Are you going to be a grandmother? Yes, for the first time, Susie. First time. I have 2 grandsons due. One probably today. Could be till tomorrow, but I think it'll probably be today. And Izzy's going to go up. She's sleeping right now because she worked last night, but she's going to go up and help Brandon out with support a little while. All right, should I get orange? I don't know if I need orange. I could put some orange out here. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of that. I'm going to make that darker with my raw umber. Just put that there. I feel like I might need orange. Not sure. No, that's a perfect color. I don't think I need orange today. Just keep it simple. Usually when you keep your palette simple, it's for the best. Even though all the colors are fun, and I too want to have all the colors in my painting all the time. But the simpler I keep my palette, sometimes the more I like my painting. Thanks, Tina. I know, it's so exciting. Now I want to go a little bit lighter with this color, but I feel like that's going to be, I think I need a warm white, but I don't, oh, my whites are all the way at my other desk. Hold on a minute here. They're at my other desk, but I feel like that other white's going to cool it too much, and I want it warm. And so I have this. What did I pick up? Old Holland yellow, something. I don't know. It's like a beige. I always love that word, beige. That's exactly what I wanted. No beige. Yep. And then a little more beige. And then right by his beak, there's a little kind of brighter yellow I want to mix. I didn't want to forget about it. I could use a little bit more of this. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Susie. It is a pretty palette. Well, let's just use it all. I'm not going to shift it that much. That's nice. Okay. Now, I need a color for the background. It's green in the image. Oh, I wanted a little bit of this yellow. That's why I put this yellow out. Let's just mix up a little bit of that. Otherwise, that's good. It's just a little pop of fun color. And now I need my background. Let's make it greenish, bluish, whitish. Put all this in. Little concoction, see what we get. Let's put all that in there. That's pretty. More white. Although I like that very much. Let's add a little bit more. It's warm. Let's use this warm one that we were doing. That was fun. Maybe just a touch more of this phthalo blue-green shade. I'm loving this lately. All right, let's see what it gives us. Well, that's nice. So one's a little more green, one's a little more blue. And then I'm going to put a little bit more white in there. I have a little bit here, but it's maybe not enough. But I'll use it anyway, and then I think we're good. It is a lively green, Jackie. There are fun colors. Okay. I'm trying to think what's new with me. My show went really, really well in Philadelphia. If any of you are there to see me who are on here, thanks for coming to see me. It was fun. Perfect weather-wise. You can't beat that. Okay, love it. All right, let's go up here. See that okay? What's this? Oh, I got this new bowl. Look at this bowl. I keep all my paints in these compote bowls. I love collecting. I have so many compote bowls. But look at this pretty one. I just got this. Isn't that cool? So these are, I did it for Inspiring Art. I did a lesson this past week on going from painting something tiny, a 2x2, to then I painted the same thing as an 8x8 painting. And next time I'm going to do it larger, like 16x16 or something, and try and keep the same looseness. That was my lesson. But I know I'm not going to remember what colors I used. So that's what's in this bowl. I put them over here because I used all those colors a lot, but I keep trying. We'll see how well I do, but I keep trying to use the colors that I used in that lesson in here because I'm going to need it next time. Will I come to Florida sometime? Well, I did apply to some Florida shows, Susie, in January and February. So that's all dependent on whether I get into the show. When I do, if I have the energy to want to go to the show. But I think so. I think I will come to Florida, try another Florida show this year. It takes a lot of energy to drive all the way there. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe I'll get into 2 shows in a row, 2 weekends in a row, so that I can like stay in Florida for the week. Makes it a little bit more worthwhile for that long drive. So we shall see. I've been applying to shows. Okay. Now this seems like an odd color in the background, but I've been doing this lately and I've been loving how they're turning out. So we're going to do it again today with the permanent rose background. And I used a little bit of liquid in there, and that's it. And I'm putting that away. Yeah, so I had to order more panels. I sold so many things that I have to catch back up again. I'm going to wipe out in here a little bit just to give myself a roadmap of this is here. Oops. Oh, thanks, Jackie. Are you back from London now? Was that show you went to amazing? I'm sure it was. That's good enough. Okay, now I'm going to use pigment sticks. Permanent rose, me too. If I had to pick a favorite, that would probably be my favorite color. That or Indian yellow. Try not to have a favorite color or a favorite child. I do okay with the child part, but yeah, I might have a favorite color. Cut back on Sunday. It was quick 4 days. A little quick jaunt to, was it in London, Jackie? Is that where you went? This can go dark down here. Let's put this in there just for fun, for good measure. Yes, that's fun. His little mouth is right about there. And then his shoulder. I guess birds don't really have mouths and shoulders. I don't know. But this one does. And that's above his eye. Now a little bit. We took a date, out to the Cotswolds. How fun, Jackie. Who does that? That's so cool. And that's where Michael was doing that plein air workshop with Haiti Joe, right? How fun. Sounds dreamy. Do a little of this. So there's a little of this in every one of my paintings, I think. I think that's good. Good. Oh, I've been doing like fun little pops of color in the background. You know I love polka dots. So that's been my way of kind of adding them in. So just a few. Now these won't all stay, but I'll put them in there in hopes that they do. Okay. Oh, these are called ampersand. I'm tired today. RNF pigment sticks. So it's oil paint in stick form. And I just use them a little bit in this layer. It adds a fun pop of color, and I found that it helps keep me really loose with my paintings. Thanks, Jackie. All right, now I need a little brush. I desperately need to buy some new brushes. That could be on the list for today. I feel like I have so much stuff to get done before I go help Emily and Brandon. Does that look large enough? I think so. What's everybody having today? Coffee, tea? I'm having my coffee. I made extra for Isabel to have when she wakes up. She worked all night. She'll be tired to go and help now after working all night long. I don't know what I was going to say. And this underneath of his beak ends right just above that. I want to get that in. So it's dark. I can go a little past. Is that okay? I think it's okay. Everything's okay. It's a public holiday in South Africa, so I'm having a glass of bubbles. Well, how lovely. Lucky you. Happy holiday. In South Africa. That's a fun way to celebrate. And this above his, this is dark, a little dark here, but is that distance okay? I feel like his eye needs to be a little bigger, maybe. Larger, not bigger. That's the incorrect word, isn't it? Because it needs to come over this way a little more. Coffee and cinnamon. Cheers. I ordered some mushroom coffee to try. Let's see what that's like. This right there. Looking for my darkest darks. There's that little bit underneath his arm over here. I can already, just with those little bits, see him. I need a little bit more white for his eye. Oh, and up there's some reflection of that kind of blue turquoise too in his eye. It's really pretty. Up in here. I hear the birds. Oh my goodness, that's pretty. Let me do a little white and then I can show it to you. I think I can. I always say it's just that little bit of the eye that brings all the personality. So what should we name this bird? I always have to think about that while I'm doing it. I have a few new ones that I just put on my website because I had to delete all the ones that sold, which was really fun, but some of them were kind of new and I wasn't quite finished looking at them or knowing if I had good photos of them for my calendar. Let's do a little underneath here. I need it a little darker. I spend probably the most time of the painting just doing the little eye. I don't know if I quite have the shape right now. Super dark here, and then a little. Oh. And I think I need a little of that blue underneath. There's always like a little reflection under here. And it's very subtle. Okay. I do see a little. Whoops. All right, I need to sip my coffee here. Just a little more white. I do that a lot. Like I don't quite get my brush where I want it to go in such a tiny spot. But you can always just rework it. Okay. And that's enough fussing with that. Now let's put some color in here. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you meet Jill at Rittenhouse? I told her to stop to see you. She was an artist there too. Jill. What's her last name? Michael. I don't know. She did. Jill Brinzer? Oh, Jill Banks? You have to tell me who it is. Because I do all the marketing stuff. So sometimes I know people's names and their art, but I don't know who makes the art. I don't get to meet them. It's so busy there. It's hard to get around to meet people. And it's a big park too. Jill Banks, yes. I have met her before. But no, she didn't make it around. But I totally know her work. I was near her at a show in Virginia one time years ago. How do you know her? Do you know her from plein air painting? Oh, I love that gold in there. I hope that I keep that. Maybe even that little bit of green. I met her at a show here. Love her work. Yes. Yes, it's pretty. Yes, it's very nice work. Okay. I think I'm going to put some greens in. At this point, I like to work on my background because it distracts me then having all that pink there. Okay. This is my darkest green. Love the aqua turquoise highlights me too. I'll do some of that later. Green. I don't know what I think about that green and pink. It's a little crazy, isn't it? I'll try this lighter. I might like that more. Yeah, beautiful. What? Yes, Allie. It could not have been better. It was so nice. Like when it's nice weather on Sunday morning, when we open up the tent, we can just pull the panels off the sides and not worry about rain. Oh my gosh, it makes such a big difference. It just is so much more relaxing. Not worrying about weather. It's the hardest part besides setting up the tent, which I'm still not good at. Yeah, when the weather's nice, it makes a huge difference. Well, and more people come. We were at the game on Sunday, and I knew the Eagles game was going on because people were watching it. And in the morning, everybody had on their Eagles jerseys. But when that finish of the game, like at the football games, something big happened and someone caught the ball and ran it to the end. You could hear the stadium all the way at Rittenhouse Square, which it's not close. I think you probably could hear it all of Philadelphia. It's crazy. I didn't realize what was happening at first. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that's a football game? It was crazy. What do you think of that? I don't know why I'm sort of on the fence about that color, but that means I need to get back in here and work on the bird again. So what shall we name him? I'd love to have a name and personality traits. For me to write that up. No, it's a little something. I think I need to cover a little bit more of the pink. I don't know why. Or maybe these are too chunky. These bits are too chunky. Okay, I like it better. Clean. I didn't cut all my paper towels in half today. Okay, now I'm ready to do the blue. All right, let's get some of these fun blues in here. This really does go over pretty far here. Oh, Susie, what are you saying? I'll have to look again. And this is dark right in there. And this is a little more something. I don't know what. The name for this bird. Oh, the name of my grandson is Parker. Should this be Parker? Then I'm going to feel like I need to keep the painting for Parker, and I need it for the art show. I'll have to paint a bird for Parker. That would be fun. In the nursery, they hung one of my friends, Steven, who's been my kind of art mentor. He does like country and beach scenes and stuff. And actually, they bought one of his, a cow painting of his, and hung it in the nursery. It looks so cool. All right. Do a little bit better with. So that's a hard edge, but there are wisps coming. And then the beak goes over and down. I usually don't like to paint around things, but like in this case, I sort of need to. Yeah, male bluebird. Okay, I do feel like I'm avoiding something. I'm not sure what. I love it, yeah. Well, maybe I need to put in some of this down here and then look for my highlights. Because I do feel like I often feel like that. I think about, what am I avoiding? Like, is there something about the painting I don't like? Is there something I'm hesitant to go into because I think I'm going to mess it up? So that's what I need to work on when I get to that avoiding part. Maybe his eye's not defined enough. Let me go back in there again. And that edge. And then maybe that was my problem. The eye wasn't defined enough for me. And then up here, this color is a little kind of a neutral. to lighten up this way, but I don't have to do that yet. I think his eye's better. Or will it be done too soon and you don't want to stop? Maybe that's it. Yeah, knowing when to be done is always a bit of a trick. But, yeah, maybe. Yeah, it does look nice. Okay, let me put this fun color in here, work on his beak a little bit, and then think about what it is that I think I'm missing, because I'm totally unsure what it is. Like, I don't know if it's, whoop, I just pulled this off. I do that sometimes with I put my finger on the side, then I always have to remember to clean the sides of the paintings. I have my fingerprints on them. Better. That is better. I'm going to use my little brush just to get this edge, because his little beak, he's got like a little bent beak like that. He has his nose in the air and his feet on the ground. Do you like the background color? Maybe I need to finish him and then think about whether I want to change the color in the background a little bit. That might be what's bothering me, but I have to do my lighter colors that I seem to be kind of avoiding here. Because that usually is part of the problem. Can't quite envision it because I'm not adding in my lighter lights. That's helping give a little dimension. And then down here, I like to add a little, like there's like kind of blue in there. And my lighter blue. Have to run. Enjoy the rest of your day, peeps. Bye, Jackie. Have a great day. Okay. I like him. I'm going to get a little bit of my Sorry Blue Video Extra Pale here a little bit. Just a little. Mix it with a little bit of that lighter green and add that in. Maybe I need a little interest in the back, or I'm not sure, or maybe I need it a little darker over here. So, but that doesn't matter. I think I just need this. Let's keep it light in the background. Keep it light. Of course, this is a color that's slow to dry, but it's the risk you take sometimes. I think I just felt like the background was a little flat looking. even with my fun little polka dots. Like flat or boring. I think that livened it up a little bit. Whoops. Maybe this beat's too long. What do you think? It's always risky. Did you say video? Yes, it does. I think it has a lot of white in it. I think that's why it takes long to dry. Yeah. I always know on my paintings, like some of the colors that I love, like Indian yellow from Vasari, when it's time to frame a painting, those are the first spots I touch to see if the painting's dry or not. The video blue and the Indian yellow. Oh. All right, am I happy with it? Does it need any more lighter blue in it? Or brighter blue, maybe lighter, brighter. Maybe some personality blue like that. That's not light. There's just a little bit of this beautiful right in there. What do we think? Maybe his little armpit needs a little definition right here. Yeah, that helped a little bit. All right, I think I might be finished. No, he needs a little spark in his eye. Isn't that funny? Sometimes paintings go so quickly and so easily, and I'm just know when I'm done. And other times I end up like having something that I feel like it needs, and I can't figure out what it is. Let me soften that, and then I'm going to be done. Okay. Oh, that helped. And right here, this is distracting me. Right here. I don't want so much pink right there. And this. A little lighter, and then I'm going to be done. All right, that's better. I'm happy with it now, I think. Assign it. And then I'll show it to you. So there's my reference, and then here's my, see that okay? Like, I love all those little bits of color, and even those, like when there's texture in my little dots. I love those colors down here. And then there's my palette. I didn't really mix anything different. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. Whew, my hair, I'm hot. I got hot. I think I was stressed at the end of that one because I didn't know if it was going to turn out, but it did. I'm happy with it. So thanks for coming, guys. I don't know if I have anything else new to share. I don't know. My Inspiring Art group is open if you'd like to join us. It's I do a live lesson every other Wednesday. They do look like confetti. She said my dots look like confetti. I love that. Anyway, and I save these and post these on my YouTube channel, which is in my link in my bio here on Instagram. If you want to go there and like and subscribe, I would love that. And if you'd like to be on my newsletter list, let me know.